Very good afternoon, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for this post-play engagement with Protea's batting consultant, Justin Sammons. As a reminder to everyone, please indicate your intention to ask a question on the chat panel, and also ensure that your monitors are muted when you're not asking a question. If you're not asking a question, please keep your monitor muted. And once you're done asking your question, please mute again, because the background noise, especially in the press box, does cause a bit of issue. We'll be asking one question per person, please, especially because of the time constraints. We'll start with TNS.
Hi, Justin. I just want to know from you, just 122 runs to get with 8 wickets left on this pitch on day 4. How tough a ask will that be?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it goes without saying, it's not going to be easy. The attack has been pretty relentless throughout the series so far. Yeah, and we all know what the wickets been like throughout this game. But it's not going to be an easy task, but we believe that we can chase this down. The way we've batted this afternoon is case in point there.
Ken?
Hi, Justin.
Again,
in that first innings, the batsmen looked a bit more indecisive, I guess, especially with their footwork. The pitch was obviously doing a lot. Do you feel in the second innings that a more positive approach to the footwork has looked a bit more decisive? Is that reaping rewards? It does look a bit more solid in this innings than the first.
Yeah, so coming into both these tests on the Halfveld, it's something that we did speak about, the need for being decisive. We know that any sort of tentativeness you found out quickly on the Halfveld, especially at the Wanderers. So it is something that we've discussed at length. Obviously, it's always easier said than done. But yeah, the guys have come out and been positive, and yeah, I think it's pleasing to see the way they've gone about it.
Up next, Stuart, Anuj, Niharika, and then Telford.
Thank you, Supercars. Evening, Justin. The big challenge with the batters just coming into the series, having not played a lot of Test cricket, what was the biggest challenge for you in assisting them in preparing for these Test matches?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, it plays its part. I think the basics of Test cricket, knowing where your off stump is, leaving well, and then obviously in defence playing nice and late with good bat angles. Yeah, so I think ultimately it boils down to an understanding of where your off stump is. I think having not played a lot of red ball cricket, that would be the first point of call that we need to make sure the guys are in touch with.
Anuj?
Coach, we have 2 days left, but the match would be probably over tomorrow. What advice would you give to the batters before they go out to bat on Thursday?
It's basically to stick to our plans. Keep doing what we know is going to give us our best chance for success. It's as simple as that. Let's not stray from those plans that we know are going to give us our best chance.
Niharika?
Hi, Coach. Niharika this side. My question for you is that Dean ELGAR has been pretty gutsy on his effort of 46. So how important will be ELGAR's role for your team in acing the chase tomorrow?
Yeah, massively important. Having somebody there to bat throughout the rest of the innings will be key. That allows partnerships to be formed, and just having someone with his character for the guys coming in to bat with, I think it's massively important. His leadership goes a long way and will go a long way in getting us over the line tomorrow.
Telford?
How's it, Justin? In similar vein, right, just talking about Dean ELGAR, when we see him get hit on the grill of his helmet, it's almost a good thing. But, can you confirm that he is the tough cookie that everybody thinks he is?
He definitely is. I mean, I think that he's a competitor at heart, and I think that that's what he loves about the game is the competitiveness and the competitive nature of Test cricket and the test that it is. And it's exactly that. I think that brings the best out of him, you know, that allows his character to sort of shine through.
Can you stop?
Thank you, Spogazi. Good afternoon, Justin. Sorry. When you look at how Ajinkya Rahane and Chiteshwar Pujara batted yesterday, Keegan spoke about how guys are able to just find what works for them on this pitch. With the vagaries that this particular pitch has provided, and with you having coached here as a batting coach for quite a while with the Lions, do you feel that their particular template of shot a ball until a ball gets out is the way to go, especially when you know what to chase tomorrow?
Yeah, look, as we've discussed already, I mean, the word, I think it was Ken who mentioned it, decisive is such a key aspect to batting here. But at the same time, you know, you can't just be reckless. You've got to, again, stay in a plan that you know is going to give you a best chance for success. And not every shot on this type of wicket does that. So there still has to be an element of discipline, but obviously balanced with a positive mindset and looking to really dominate balls that are in our areas.
Coach, I'm just interested to know how you guys received Marco Janssen's standing up on Jasprit Bumrah. You know, how did you guys as a coaching group and as a team, you know, received the way that he showed his confidence and character there with that interaction with Bumrah? Thanks.
Yeah, it's pleasing to see. You want guys to be able to stand up for themselves and their teammates, you know. You want them to be in it for their team, and I think that's what he's shown he's there for. He's already in the space that he's been with the team has shown that he's a real team man. Yeah, it's the character that we're looking for. You know, we've got to be standing up for ourselves.
Nathan?
Thanks, Bogazi. Coach, I would like to ask, obviously it was another tough closing session for the batsmen. What would the message be for the rest of the guys still needing to bat with 8 wickets in hand? And then lastly, can you please just give us your feedback on how the pitch has played out from day one to now?
Yeah, I mean, message for guys coming in, I think it'll be dependent on how the morning plays out. You know, we've got to be adaptable in what we're doing. We can't just say one way is going to work now. We've got to assess how things go in the morning. We've got a big first hour to get through. Yeah, hopefully the heavy roller sort of plays its part as it's shown to have done on the previous sort of days and when it's been used. So we've got to get through that hour and yeah, obviously play it according to the situation that we face. And then your second part of the question in terms of the wickets, yeah, it's been an interesting one. Obviously not the easiest deck to bat on. Yeah, at times, we like, let's say for example, was it I think yesterday or this morning, we thought it would obviously be playing a lot worse than it did. So yeah, I think it's actually just, it sort of stayed pretty similar throughout the game in a way. Obviously it'll be a bit slower on day one. We expect that. We expected to speed up. It did that. There weren't really divots that came into play. The new cracks would come into play, especially where the heat, the wicket was dry. So it's not like it's been unexpected, you know.
Last 2 questions for us, and then TNS.
Hi, Justin. Just looking a little bit beyond tomorrow, which I know is obviously your big priority. What would you say Aiden Markham needs to start thinking about? I mean, he's obviously had a little bit of a tough time and the opening pair has been a bit shaky. What kind of work do you have to do with him?
You know, we all know the quality player that he is. That's not going to change over 3 or 4 innings. He showed glimpses of what he's capable again in the knock this afternoon. You know, I think it's just he's received some good balls, balls that are going to get most batters out. So he just needs to stick to his processes. Keep doing what he's doing in his preparation, because his preparation's been good, and trust that that will come through. because we as a coaching staff certainly do.
And Dennis?
Justin, I know hindsight's an exact science and all that, but given that Keshav's only bowled two overs and the way the pitch is playing, wouldn't it have been better to go into this game with 4 fast bowlers and 7 batters?
Like you say, hindsight is always a wonderful thing, and if we had known he's bowling 2 overs, it might be different. But having looked at the wicket and even seeing it now, and actually the way that the Wanderers has played sort of over the last couple of years domestically, it has started taking turn. And having a look at the wicket before the game started, you would think that Kesh would play a key role. Obviously it hasn't panned out that way, but as you say, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and we don't have that luxury. So yeah, I mean I say we've got to back Kesh. We know the quality that he brings out in the middle and also in the change room. He's the character that you want in the dressing room and in your 11. You can't always predict what's going to happen in the game, but I'll continue to back Kesh.
And on that fine note, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow.